So in this video we are going to discuss about gated media. So there is a media to transmit the data from sender to receiver. So there are two types of media. One is known as gated media and the other one is known as ungated media. So gated medias are normally wires where we are going to transmit the data using conductors, right? So we are going to pass signals, electrical signals to send the data from one end to another end. So what is gated media? So gated media is the wired or bounded transmission media where the signals is being transmitted or directed to a narrow path through a physical link, and this is known as gated media. For example, wires, right? So the features of gated media are high speed data can be sent through these wires, right? So we are going to send the data through wires because these wires act as the secure medium to transmit the data. So this is mainly used for a shorter distance because a wire connection cannot be given for a long distance due to the problems that may come in the infrastructure, right? So there are three different types of gated media. So one is known as shielded and unshielded type of twisted pair, right? Twisted pair cables. So the next one is coaxial cable and the third one is known as fiber optic, right? So the first one is known as twisted pair cable. So what is twisted pair cable? Two separately insulated conducted wires wound about each other, and this is known as twisted pair cable. So these will be bundled together in a protective sheath. There is a protection that is given to the insulated conductor, right? So these conductors will be bundled in by means of a protective sheath, and most widely used transmission medium is what? Twisted pair cable. So there are two types of twisted pair cable. One is known as STP and the other one is known as UTP. STP means what? Shielded twisted pair, as well as UTP means unshielded twisted pair. So what is UTP? So there will not be any shielding for this twisted pair. Two insulated copper wire twisted around one another, and this cable has the ability to block the interference. Do not depend upon the physical shield or the purpose, because they can block the interference, the disturbance noises that is coming inside these wires. So the advantage of using unshielded UTP is least cost. Okay, it is least expensive, it is very easy to install, and high speed capacity is also given to these UTPs. So the disadvantage is susceptible to external interference, right? So lower capacity and performance in comparison to STP. So short distance transmission due to attenuation. Attenuation is the noise, okay? It is the distortion or the noise that is coming. So the application where UTP is used is telephone connection and LAN networks. So you can see the diagram of shielded as well as unshielded twisted pair. In unshielded twisted pair, you can see here there is the conductor and it is covered with one single shield, right? In shielded twisted pair, you can see here there is an additional shield which is being given to the conductors in order to avoid the attenuation or noise or disturbances that is coming inside, right? So what is shielded twisted pair? So this consists of a special jacket. So this special jacket is used to block the external interference. So it is used to send the fast data by means of what? Ethernet, voice, data channels as well as the telephone lines. So advantage, it is giving the better performance at higher data rate when compared to UTP, as well as it eliminates crosstalk and comparatively it is faster in sending the data, right? So the disadvantage is difficult to install, it is more expensive and it is bulky. So the next gated media is coaxial cable. So this coaxial cable contains the outer plastic covering, that is the insulation, which is made up of PVC or Teflon, and which contains two parallel conductors, so each having the separated insulator protection cover, as these coaxial cable transmit the information in two modes. So one is known as a baseband mode and the other one is known as a broadband mode. So the cable TV as well as the analog television network widely uses the coaxial cable. So some of the advantages of coaxial cable are high bandwidth, better noise immunity, easy to install and expand, as well as it is not so costly, right? So the disadvantage is cable failure can disrupt the entire network. So if there is a breakage or any interruption in the cable or a cable failure, the entire network will be falling down. So the application where we can use this is signal distribution cable, cable television, digital audio, computer network connections, okay, where we are going to use this. So you can see the diagram of coaxial cable. So you can see how many different layers of protection is given to the conductor, right? So first it is covered by means of an insulator, right? Next we are going for an outer conductor shield. Next there is an insulator. Then we are going for a plastic cover. So this will avoid the noise or the attenuation problem that is coming through this gated media. And the last type is known as what? Fiber optic cables, right? So nowadays the broadband connections is given by means of fiber optic because of the fast transmission of data. So there are two covers. One is known as a loose buffer. So you can see a cladding here. So inside the cladding there will be a fiber core and there is an outer jacket, right? So data can be sent at a very high speed by means of what? Optical fiber. So this is happened because we are transmitting the data with the help of light, okay, and this core is made up of glass or plastic. So what happens? The concept of refraction is happening here. So you know the speed at which the light is being transmitted, right? So the core is surrounded by a less dense glass or the plastic covering called as what? Cladding, okay. Large volumes of data can be transmitted. So these cables are unidirectional or can be used as bidirectional. Wavelength division multiplexing supports two modes here. It is both unidirectional as well as multidirectional. So the advantage is the capacity as well as bandwidth, lightweight. The wires are lightweight, so less signal attenuation is going to be happen when using fiber optic. Immunity to electromagnetic interference, resistance to corrosive materials, right? So the disadvantages are difficult to install and maintain, high cost, as well as this is fragile, right? So we have seen about the three different wires which is used for transmitting the data. This comes under gated media. So first one is twisted pair cable, next one is coaxial, and the third one is fiber optic. So we have discussed about the advantages, disadvantages, and you can see the diagram of all three models. That is the end of this video. See you in the next video. Thank you.